This video is going to show you how to figure out in this big old world of ours where your mystery class might be. You should only watch this video if you've already figured out if your class is north of or south of the equator, and if you've figured out which longitude it is. If you have not done that, watch those videos and come back later. After you've figured out whether it's north or south of the equator, that helps us a lot. That cuts the world in half. The mystery class I was looking at was mystery class number 11, and I found it to be north of the equator. Not only north of the equator, but I found that at the time was changing faster than the time was changing here in Wisconsin. So I know that it's further north than we even are. So I know that it's somewhere way up here in the world. There's a lot of world up there still, but it's really going to help me narrow it down a little bit. When I did the longitude, I found out that my number was 113 degrees. If you look up top here, we start out with 0 degrees, and a 0 degree mark goes through Greenwich, England. Mine was 113 degrees, so if I look over here, I have 100 degrees and 120 degrees, so this must be 110 degrees. 113 is going to be in the middle. So now I know a lot about my place. I know that it's north of Wisconsin, and I know that it's in between these two lines somewhere. So now I just have this chunk of area that it could possibly be. When I look at that, there's a couple of places that pop up. Echo Bay, Fort Resolution, Edmonton, Calgary. Whoa! Now I just have a couple of places that I could look at, and I could maybe do some research on to figure out where they are. I just took the whole world and broke it down into just a small sliver. Now let's figure out what we can do there. After you've narrowed it down, we can go to a site that's called timeanddate.com, and in there we can search for some specific places. One of the places I was looking for was Calgary, so I could type in Calgary here. And Calgary is in Alberta, Canada, so I click on that, and it's going to give me information about Calgary. Now I click on where it says sun and moon, and it's going to tell me some stuff about when the sun rose and set, and this will give me stuff for the next week. I don't have any information about next week in Calgary or anywhere else. I want to know about the past. So I can change this to the times that we had before. Let's just put February in there just as a nice round number. And when I do that, I click show, and I have this pop up. One of the dates that we looked at was February 4th. For me, and I'm just going to highlight this so it's easier to see for you, February 4th had, in mine, the sun came up at 8:13 and went down at 17:23. This says 8:08 and 5:33, which if we add 12 to would be 17:33. So I'm off by a couple of minutes overall. The overall photo period is 9 hours and 25 minutes here in Calgary. Mine should have been 9 hours and 10 minutes. So I'm at a place that has a slightly longer photo period. I'm pretty close, but not quite where I want to be. If I look back at the map, the next town up is called Edmonton. Well, let's go ahead and look at that. So I go back to the home, and let's type in Edmonton. And Edmonton, also in Alberta, Canada, click the sun and moon. Let's click February and click show. And now February 4th, 8:13, the same as mine. 5:23, which is the same as mine. 9 hours and 10 minutes, again the same as mine. Now I can't just say, wow, I found my place now. I need to go look at a couple more dates. So let's jump down to maybe a March date. March 4th, we also looked at our mystery classes. And if I highlight March 4th, my times match up again. 7:14, 6:18 would be the same as 18:18, and 11 hours and 4 minutes is exactly what I have. So now I was able to figure out that I was in the northern hemisphere, north of Wisconsin, found which longitude I was, zoomed in on that longitude, found a couple of cities, and I'm pretty sure my spot is Edmonton, Canada. Wow, I already got this place figured out. Now I just need to double check those interdisciplinary clues to see if I'm on the right track.